Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, sending in donations, scheduling, which is the same thing as booking, purchasing items and such. I don't know exactly why I'm here, but I do know that I have been feeling guided to make this decision lately. But I'm not sure if I want to announce it yet. So, anyways. Hello, 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 my beautifuls. I'm a legend. You know what? You were not the first person to say that to me, and I have to tell you that it feels really good. Like, all ego aside, that's really confirmational for me, okay? Because, you know, I really have to just have a lot of faith and a lot of trust. And I've worked really hard to develop my gifts and things, so thank you. I appreciate that. I do. It's, yeah. A Swiss Army wife? Hell yeah. I love that. Sign me up for that. A Swiss Army knife. Wife? Knife. Yeah, I'll be one of those. You want to know? You want to know now? Okay, I'll just say I'm thinking about not selling any products. I'm thinking about, and because I was like, wait a second, I'm really confused because like apothecary, like that's clearly made for me. But the thing is like, apothecaries are like, you know, for like healing. I am the healer, so I'm still apothecary. You know what I'm saying? Like so that doesn't have to go anywhere. So, but anyways, it's just something that's crossing my mind because I just don't love it. And I'm always encouraging you guys to do things that you love to do. And that's one of the things that I don't absolutely love to do. You know what I mean? So there's that. Okay, now that that's out. Again, it's not a definite. If you're wanting to purchase any products, I might suggest, I'm going to grab this cookie. I might suggest maybe going ahead and grabbing them. But, and there's, to the person that, that I'm actually making a product specially for you, this is not a message like for you. It has nothing to do, like I don't mind making that product, I promise. Okay, so you will know who you are, and there's you know, it's just been something that's been on my mind, that's all. So, you know, and freedom, you know, it's one of those things that energetically takes up space in my, you know, and I feel like I want to, and because I don't love it, I feel like I want to create more space in that space. Oh, thanks, Amber. I'm so glad you're here too. So, all right. Any hoots. Let's get to a message. Because there is a message. There is a message. People are funny. People are also freaking out, though. I'm going to tell you that. But I'm also hoping that this message doesn't pick up on that energy. Okay? Okay? Let's get some good news. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, can we get some good news? Can we get some real news? Real news that doesn't involve other people, maybe, hopefully. I never like to put my own intention into these because I trust the process. I know you're going to tell us what we need to hear. But throw us a freaking bone! Throw us a freaking bone! Because I'm bound sick of the exes. All right. Had to get that out. Oh, no. I hope you feel better, Renee. I hope you feel better. So, all right. We set that out there. I said what I said. Bitch, I said what I said. Interesting. That's interesting. That song, I'm not a huge fan of that song. You know. If you know anything, you know anything, you know what what is wrong with me? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that song. But, the part where it's I'd rather be famous instead is kind of coming through real big. Real big like. Overindulgence is here again. Oh, okay. Okay. We're going to get just a couple more here. Yeah. I keep hearing like sending someone packing. You know what? Oftentimes when I use this deck, this lighting the way card is always the bottom of the deck. It always is the bottom of the deck. Like, collective, is somebody obsessing about your love life, or somebody, there's some sort of obsession, but I feel like it's some sort of like intrusion, like somebody is wanting to know about your love life here, or your, I don't know, that seems nosy. Or maybe this is you. Maybe you're kind of in this, but with this being at the bottom of the deck, I really feel like you're like lighting the way here. This, you know, she looks like she's alone. You know what I mean? Standing on this rock here, just being like solid. You know, there's spirals here, and spirals always talk about ascension. They always talk about growth. They always talk about healing. It seems as though you're pretty balanced, pretty solid, pretty stable. Oh, confirmation. So, yeah, you're like, I heard like holding a torch or leading some sort of way here, even if it's just for yourself. You know what I mean? At this time, you may feel like it's just for yourself. Some of you are making decisions. It's you're making decisions for yourself, but this is actually like causing waves into. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say, wrecking balls inside my brain. Yeah, this, now I'm being reminded of that making moves, started making waves, right? And the Iniko song, is that how you pronounce her name? So some of you may feel really alone right now. You know what I mean? You may feel kind of out in the middle here, really alone. Just isolation. Straight up, even if you're, I'm also feeling maybe even if you're surrounded by people, some of you might be feeling a little bit alone right now. Even surrounded by people. But at the same time, it's like, so this is definitely going to be at different stages of the journey, because I'm feeling different different energies, right? Like I remember in that time of isolation in the very beginning where I was like, I don't understand why I'm in isolation. Kind of still a little bit in that, I don't want to say victim, but kind of a little bit of like just still not quite understanding what's happening. Okay, so some of you are there. Okay, for others of you, I feel like you are still like healing, and so there's still some feelings of loneliness. There's still some kind of and that's part of the journey too, right? And for others of you, you are just now you're getting to a point where it's like where you're not alone, right? You're alone, but you're not alone, right? And you're like really tapping into this like unity consciousness here, which really kind of keeps you connected to others, even if you're separate from most. Okay. Okay, so yeah, put yourself where you go here. Definitely picking up on, but regardless of where you are on this ascension and this journey, you are still lighting the way. Okay, so some of you, like maybe some of you are like looking at other people and where they're at on the journey, or comparing like age, or comparing like, I don't know, comparing some things here, comparing gifts. Okay, maybe some of you are older and you're looking at some people who are younger, who are like more tapped into their gifts, or vice versa, or something. There's some sort of comparison here, and I don't think not that I don't think you should not do that. I know you should not do that. There is no thinking. Okay, you're right where you should be. You're still holding the candle. You know what I mean? You're still lighting the way. even if you feel like it's not directly affecting those around you, you need to know that you are. Okay? That you are, right? Like you know, the moves that you're making, they're causing waves, right? They're causing waves. Like if you think about like a wave, it has to ripple out. And when you are healing things within you, or you are learning things that are healing things within you, you're raising your frequency, you're raising your vibration. That's causing a wave in your energetic field, which has to ripple out. Okay? Like, I do feel like somebody's wanting to know, there's something about, for somebody that is possibly on screen, or I'm not sure what energy I'm picking up on. This could be somebody that's maybe well known in some sort of area of their life. For some reason, I feel like there's somebody that is trying to like get an image or catch you. I feel like somebody wants to see if you are who you really say you are. Man, we talk about this all the time. There's somebody that is wanting to try to prove or try to make you look like fake, or, you know, like, you know, just, I'm picking up on a really kind energy, okay? I don't know. This is just somebody who's triggered by you, okay? Because you are lighting the way. And this person, like doesn't hold a candle to you. Is that the phrase? That's what's coming through. What is hold on, guys. Sorry. Sorry. So rude. But yeah, nope, my bad. That is rude for anyone that comes by later, but that it has to do with Michael goes to, he has a neurosurgeon that he goes and it doesn't matter. But anyways, everything is fine. Don't worry. Everything is fine, but I needed to answer that phone call. Okay. It's an annual thing. It's, you know, whatever. Okay. So, so yeah, super unprofessional. My bad. Anywho, back to this though, because because we have a lot of course, intrusive energy here. What's fucking new? You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. It's very clear to me there's two very different energies, okay? Man. This is so annoying. Sorry, I'm not it. I'm sorry. We're picking up on. I feel like I want to tell it like there's a toad. There was a toad. Okay, two different energies here. All right, somebody. But also, no, okay. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing, is I feel like there's a reason why somebody would be obsessively wondering about a connection here, okay? They may like need you for some reason. But for some reason I feel like it's a female obsessing over a female energy, okay? I don't know if this female, they may need the masculine energy. I don't know if this other female is already with this masculine energy, or if there even is a masculine energy, because this could be a female that you're like related to, or know somebody. This could be a same-sex relationship. This could be, but I do feel there is a masculine energy involved here, so maybe not for everyone there. But oh, jeez. Of course, we're talking about somebody like messing with the energy, right? Being manipulative, energetic, nonsense, you know, things like that. Something was revealed in the winter, though. Something was revealed in the winter. Yeah, we have the Tower card. As I say that, the Tower card. Yeah. Must have been something big. Must have been a big old deal. Something that's gone down in the winter. Or it still has yet to go down. Because technically it's still winter where I am. It does feel like spring. Look, and here's that lower vibrational energy. The Devil card. So this could also be, something could be revealed to you this winter, or it already has been, about where possibly some of these restrictions have come from, because I do feel like there's something that's balancing out here. Okay, it like emotionally, somebody's gaining harmony and balance within themselves here. There's also, I also feel like in the winter time, okay, so whenever you come across this video, it's, you know, this is timeless here, okay, so, but right now, currently, it is the winter time, but if you're on the other side of the world, then I don't think it is winter time for you right now. So, you know, winter might be significant. It could have been past, present, future, just, you know, but I do, the winter card is here. Okay, it's here. So maybe it could even be like the current season you're in. I'm not sure, but it could also be during a really dark time. During a really dark time, there was something that was revealed here. Okay, for some of you, it is like your spiritual gifts. This is literally, this could also be talking about your awakening, right? Oftentimes we get awoke, like we are woke up like during the darkest times of our life, right? Mine surely happened at pretty close to rock fucking bottom, okay? That's pretty, I mean, it was kind of right on in there when I had my first, like, you know, I feel like that's what actually like started the process, right? But then when I got my first download, that was a few months later. But so this could also be talking about that here, okay? So here's my thing though, is I don't think that you're the only one that's having a tower in regards, regarding whatever is being revealed. I feel like this is affecting at least 2 other people. At least 2 other people, if not more. All right, what else? And at least one of those people do not have good intentions. What's happening? Okay, guys, let me just block this interruption. I'm so sorry. I'm not even gonna address that. Okay, we're just gonna hide them. Okay, moving forward. Sorry, I just have to laugh. Can I just laugh? Is that okay? Am I going down? I don't think so, anyways. All right. I gotta release it somehow. Okay. Moving forward. And that's funny that I noticed that when I was talking about at least one of these energies having being lower vibrational or having bad intention. And then all of a sudden I look up and all that shit is going on. That is hilarious. Okay. All right, back to you. I feel it's... So, yeah, let's get a couple on this trespasser energy, for sure. Yeah. And I know that when these people come in, they're just these fake, accounts, for the most time. These specific trolls. I know who they are. Most of the time. Sometimes I don't, but... Yeah, okay, so one of these feminine energies I feel like is I want to say like a succubus energy, okay? And that is definitely no good here, all right? Maybe an incubus energy, possibly. This is somebody that is definitely uses sexuality, okay? Also does lots of, I think, probably like spell work or just very manipulative, okay? Because not everyone is out here doing spell work, but, we know in the spiritual community that there's a lot more people out here doing spell work or paying for spell work than we would think, right? It's, if you really, and yeah. But anyways, so and then let me get some on this tattoo fairy shaman. This person could currently be, oh, dang. Ooh, okay, now this other energy, this energy is a master. This gotta be you. This guy, if this is not you, this is somebody who is super duper. Okay, but wait now. This could also be, okay, hold up. What's this over? Yeah, I feel like this gotta be you. Either that or this is another couple here. This is another couple. But dang, there's a lot going on here, right? Like if this is... Let me get one more on the Tower. Oh, okay. Overindulgence. Because we literally had the King and Queen of Swords come out at the same time. So this is either you being very balanced in your masculine, your feminine energy, okay? Because that came out on top of the Shaman and the Tattoo Fairy, which is giving big, like, healing energy, kind of big, like, taboo type energy here. But just so, and then there's this other very lower vibrational energy here that seems... This actually may be masculine energy for some of you. For some of you, it's feminine. But this comes through in like potential partnerships, right? People that want to move quick. Kind of giving a little grass might be greener on the other side, right? Like, codependent a little bit, just... These are people watching you. Like, hold up. Yeah, they're watching you achieve something. They're like obsessively watching you achieve something. Possibly something that they didn't want you to achieve, but for some reason I feel like it feels like if this King and Queen of Swords is not you, if this is a couple that's outside of you, I feel I'm picking up on energy that might be older than you, could even be like your parents or something. Like, I don't know when's the last time you talked to your parents, or like just like an older couple. And I'm wondering if they, like, I don't know if they've been watching you grow, or they've been but there's a lot of because it's like, I feel like for some reason, we have the Tower card with the emotional stability. It's like, and that's on top of the Winter and the Gift Revealed, right? So it's like, there are these energies that are like possibly looking at you, or like obsessively monitoring or watching you in a way and seeing your growth, but like are like very surprised by this. I feel like that, yeah, somebody's like discovering, wow, okay, so maybe there is an energy, but there's an energy that because of the awareness of possibly these people watching here, I feel like there is some sort of interruption, to try to cause some sort of interruption these two right here might be, if this isn't not you, and I'm feeling like this is a different couple. Because I'm wondering if this couple is wanting to invest in you, or which, you know, this isn't Florida. You know what I'm saying? There's no pineapples or sponges. No, I'm joking. Do what you do. That was just an inside joke, but inside with who? I'm wondering. Anyways, who am I talking to? Or who am I channeling? Anyways, all right, that might be a thing. There could be a couple that is looking at you like that. I'm not sure if you're interested in that. And no judgment if you are, because to each their own. And I love that for you, if that's what you want. But I'm really feeling like it could be like investing in you in some sort of business or something here. Yeah, it's almost like some of you have like some sort of platform or something, you do something and it's different. Yeah, it's going to bring in whatever this is. If they choose to do that, it's going to bring in some abundance here for sure. They could be investing finances. They could be investing some sort of idea, some sort of, I don't know, they could really love an idea that you've had, or there's, they want to take your idea to the next level, or there's something that you do possibly that's different. And it feels like but it does feel like for some reason there's some sort of interruption, or somebody that didn't want them to see you or something. But for some reason also, I feel like there is like this couple here, okay? And again, these they don't have to be married or something, right? These could be like business partners, right? That are, you know, but they work together. They like go together. You know what I mean? Like they're with the King and Queen of Swords here. It's like they make a good partnership, whether it's business or romance. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like ever since, because I feel like in the winter is when there's been some sort of, whenever you come across this, maybe like the winter months or something, is when this discovery is going to happen. It's almost like this couple, whoever this couple is like they cannot get enough of you. Like I'm really picking up on an energy where somebody is like going back and they're like looking at all of the messages, like or everything that you have posted, or like just, you know what I mean? And I feel like I almost wonder if they wanted this opportunity. Maybe they knew about this opportunity, or maybe it's not an opportunity. Maybe it's an inheritance. I don't see that out here. I don't see inheritance anywhere. But maybe somebody left something behind. The Seven of Pentacles could possibly be something left behind here for you here. But I mean, if there's an inheritance, it's meant for you, it's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how somebody would try to like interfere with that here. Unless if it was something that was still open. You know, like it still was what, you know, interesting. All right, let's keep going. So, I'm really drawn to this over here. We have the Trouble, the Bubble Rider, the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Cups. So this is making me feel like, you know, anybody that is attempting, like there's no stability underneath. Somebody's energy, somebody here. Like I'm feeling like if you know, if trouble were to arrive here, for this person, because the thing is I feel like this person, this energy over here is making me feel like they attempted to cause some sort of trouble. Maybe they already had a partnership with these people, or they already had some sort of deal here with these people. But then they discovered you here, or they, and again, it doesn't have to be they, right? It could also be somebody that's very balanced in their masculine, their feminine energy here. Like you could be either the Queen or the King of Swords, and this person could either be the King or the Queen of Swords. So like, you know, one of you could have a lot of tattoos, right? Maybe be a little bit different. The other one, you know, is giving shaman, healer energy here, okay? So maybe this person is already with this other energy here, right? And then there was like some sort of tower moment. This is kind of picking up a little bit what we picked up on earlier, like with the love spells, and like now two people are obsessive over you here. But if this is but that energy was a little bit like lower vibrational. I do feel like this, whatever this watching is now, which it does say overindulgence here, but I feel like it's just more so like can't get enough of your energy, like can't stop watching you. Yeah, somebody can't stop watching you. They can't stop watching you here. They may like feel like they're in trouble or something. That's weird. Like they're being punished. Somebody might feel like they're being punished. And they might be being punished. Because they tried to cause some sort of confusion here, it seems. Yeah, this is also somebody feeling like left out here. Yeah, this could have been somebody that was like giving to like more than one person or something, or was, um, I don't know. I feel like you're ending some sort of generosity here. You're putting an end to some sort of generosity in a situation. Some of you, it's this like you're quite literally like done over giving because you're realizing that that's like a comes from a place of lack. Like the lack wound, right? Like it comes from a place of not having or not being enough. So if I give more, then maybe I'll be enough. Well, you're already enough. You know what I mean? You're already enough. And yeah. This could have also been somebody had you in a place of somebody put you in some sort of unwanted competition, right? This is definitely picking up. I'm getting energy that has, like maybe somebody had a roster here or something here. And I feel like maybe you found out for some of you. And you're like, nah. No, and I feel like you may have found out because maybe you could, especially for my empaths out there, I feel like you felt your energy off. Like, yeah, this person has far more than just him and his energy. You know what I mean? Like, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, which granted, we all have social lives and stuff like that, but you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? Like, like not even, you don't even have to sleep with them, I don't think. I don't know. I haven't. Anyways, we don't need to get there to talk about my celibacy, but as an empath, I know that I don't at least need to sleep with somebody to know that they've got a whole bunch of people in their energy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can just tell. You can just feel it. This doesn't feel pure, man. Bye. You know? Um, dance, 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 and do a little. This could also be somebody like maybe again, maybe you don't even know that this is going on for some of you. Some of you maybe were not even tangled up in that. Maybe you were just really focused on this. And there's so many things here. Like shadow work, Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups. I feel like there's an energy that walked away. Here. We talked about that, but and I think you walked away, but I also, this could have also been this lower vibrational energy walked away. Yeah. I feel like maybe somebody defended you here. Yeah. Yeah, man. This makes me feel like somebody was like lying about you to another couple. Sorry, Mao, that was me. Or something. Like family members, business people. Like, I feel like they're talking about, like, I feel like this person went really far to maintain some sort of ridiculous story about you. Like, creating fake accounts, all this stuff. Even like, I feel like on these fake accounts, even like posting, maybe even like posting like fake pictures, or like somebody really has gone out of their way. I'm hearing like blasphemy here, which, what? Oh my gosh. Scared me. There was like a shoe and I didn't know it was there. Oh, woo, okay. Anyways. But for some reason I'm feeling like somebody, there is an indecisive energy here. This is going all different ways. Okay, collective, I feel like there is a couple, or there is some people that were like lied to here. We talk about this all the time, but I feel like somebody like really went out of their way to create this persona, to create a persona that made you look like, I don't know, like you were doing possibly like some pretty lower vibrational things here. Okay, like really just like really fly by the seat of your pants, not really maybe jumping from relationship to relationship, or even like selling your body. I'm hearing for some of you, like, again, keep in mind these were just lies, right? But really just being like out in the community, kind of doing some wild ass shit here. Maybe going out all the time, causing trouble, but just being very unstable, like not having your priorities correct, like things like that, like this. And it feels like in this winter, in this season, there's been some sort of discovery here. Now, somehow, it also feels as though that there is a decision that somebody is making about you, right? There's been this discovery, but now there's some sort of decision. And that's where I get a little confused, because what the fuck does this couple have to do with it? Because it almost feels romantic, possibly in some instances. And remember at the beginning, I was talking about how there were, I felt like there were people that were really worried about like your romantic. So again, it's kind of confusing to me. I hope it's making sense to you, because I'm really kind of being pulled in lots of different directions as far as like timeline, a storyline. But I almost am wondering if like these two were involved with keeping a relationship apart, but because of not out of ill intent, but almost because they were lied to as well, right? It's almost like their spy lied to them, right? Like their mole or their whatever lied to them for whatever reason, whether they wanted it to be, whether it was because they wanted to be with you and not this person, or they wanted to be with this person, or they just didn't. I don't know. But there was some sort of trespassing, some sort of like really like some crazy shit going on here. Okay. So put it out fits, but these are also people that could have worked really hard to keep you imbalanced. But I feel like the scales are being balanced now as far as that goes. Star card. Yeah. I don't know if you told somebody, maybe the gifts that were revealed are some sort of psychic abilities, your intuition or something like that, okay? But Ace of Swords, High Priestess, Judgment, Six of Wands here, okay? Um, either you're recognizing the truth or somebody else is recognizing the truth. They're seeing, again, it's giving me that energy. Maybe you told these people in the past, like, hey, and maybe you didn't know what to call it. You know what I mean? You're like, hey, I'm hearing these, you know, you know, I'm hearing spirits, right? Like, or maybe you're, you know, tapping into mediumship. I don't know. There's some sort of judgment that's being called here or being made. And it makes me feel like and this could be actually like a judgment on a larger scale. Okay, listen, right before I was got on a meeting with somebody just before I was on here, I was channeling. I was typing it out. Okay, and I was talking about false prophets. Okay, and how these false prophets are going to be exposed here. Okay, like false prophets or false, anyone in the spiritual community that is taking advantage of the of the spiritual community or of others here. Okay, they're going to be exposed. But it was like I had typed that out, but then there was a but. But I almost feel like, and I've picked up on this energy before, where like these lower vibrational energies, these narcissistic energies, or people with narcissistic traits, or whatever it is, they're learning, they're beginning to tap into, which they have their own gifts as well, right? They use them for other things, obviously, but they're also like gaining knowledge on purpose, right? So they could come like try to throw us off, try to make us think like, oh, that's, so watch out for like spiritual narcissism as well. Okay, anyone that is coming to you really loud, talking about I can do this and I can do that, and as a spiritual teacher, as a spiritual guide, we're here to show you, help you see your own gifts, see the light within yourself, right? By reflecting that to you, by being the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So, and also just like guiding you, teaching you, showing you that, the actual way to access your gifts and to use them, right? So if you have anyone that is trying to, like anyone that tries to make you feel like reliable on them, that's not somebody that you that's not a spiritual teacher. Okay. Okay. So there might actually be some sort of rise here in some of these spiritual narcissists. Maybe not. No, they're correcting me. Not a rise, okay? There's not going to be a rise, but they are going to be probably brought out to the forefront so that their fall is also brought to the forefront, okay? So some of you are waiting for some sort of, I'm hearing exponential growth in your business and in your practices. And this is actually, that will come because it's almost like these people are being brought out, put under the spotlight, okay? And then they're going to be exposed. And then it's almost like you are like, you see what I'm saying? Like if we're giving analogies here. So just know, all right, that it's almost like, yeah, I heard cream of the crop. You might be cream of the crop collective in whatever, whatever you do. Okay, so also keep in mind, if you don't do anything like spiritual, like any spiritual practice, I always like look at this high priestess card as like as your life purpose or your life, your own personal gifts, however those look for you, right? For me, it's the high priestess, but for you, it could be something completely different. And that's what what I mean? That's kind of what's going on here is like, there's, yeah. Okay. Let's get some. Ooh, I just got a whiff of like spring air. I should have said children. That would have been funny, wouldn't it? The wrong person would have taken it the wrong way. It is. It's coming for sure. I almost got the cutest picture of Maui. So, you know, the little roses that I got for Zyla and Michael for Valentine's Day. If you didn't, they're my kids anyways. He had, and don't come for me if, you know, if you don't feel like, anyways, whatever. He had like jumped up on the table and was sniffing one of the roses, and I didn't catch it in time. I did not catch it in time. So, anywho, but it was adorable. All right. So, anyways, so this is good though. I feel like, you know, we're talking about exposure. I feel like that's a good thing. You definitely want to keep in mind, yeah, look, Ten of Wands. It's almost like there are a lot of energies that I feel like that are they might be packing up and leaving before they get exposed, to be honest with you. They might just pack it up and leave, you know what I mean? Because they know that they're dwelling in a space that's not actually theirs. So this could be karmic energies. These could be people in positions here. Yeah, look, we have Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Strength card, and the Four of Wands. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, these are people that know that they're not where they're supposed to be, okay? That they've somehow, so I feel like for a lot of you, these people are definitely going to clear themselves out here, okay? I also feel like definitely collective, you're ending a cycle, all right? You're ending a cycle here that is, you know, Ten of Wands, burdens, right? Hierophant, love that. Love that. Now we have the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. What is this though? Four of Wands, Five of Cups. Yeah. Now here's that energy that I feel like is obsessing over your romantic life or your life just in general. King of Wands energy, masculine energy, fire energy. I'm hearing a possessive energy. This energy is possessive here, okay? And they are just, like, they're feeling left out. I do feel like they are a little obsessive here. It's almost like collective. I feel like you're at a point in your life where like maybe people know that it's like, you're bound to get into some sort of relationship here, possibly. So I don't know why they're kind of, yeah. With the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Betrayal. Somebody did something drastic here so that somebody would walk away from another person, I think. That's this Ten of Swords. They did something drastic. And now I almost wonder if it's like, it's like this person possibly is looking back and realizing, that like, you were true with whatever you were saying or whatever you were doing, or, like, in that you were really invested in this situation and you weren't like juggling, right? Like you would, whatever this was, right? That you were, they're realizing that, but I feel like they know that and they're also saying that there's a lot of movement probably in your career or in your spirituality or something here. Maybe not spirituality, probably mostly career, but also something about your connection with God here is important, I think. But yeah, I feel like somebody else did something drastic here to cause some sort of interruption, and somebody else, I don't know, I'm feeling like embarrassment, like they're not even, I'm not sure if they're, I feel like they're feeling embarrassed. Too embarrassed to even come back for some of you, this person. But there's somebody else that's mad, or there's a lot of energy going on here. Okay, so you just put it where it fits. There's yeah, we're yeah. I hope this message made sense to some of y'all. But the thing is I feel like somebody went out of their way, it seems, to give you some sort of reputation here, and then but this is like, yeah, So, anyways, but I feel like this is like this winter or like this season or something that we're in. There's some sort of discovery here. Okay, either somebody is discovering that you know, basically, I feel like all masks, are coming off here. So, with that being said, collective, I feel like you haven't been wearing a mask. And so, because of that, because when all these other masks come off, yeah, King of Cups here, when all these other masks come off and you still look the same, you know what I'm saying? You're still standing the same, you still look the same, you're still doing the same thing, you're still, there's some sort of, I feel like, yeah, man, somebody needs you, and that's, but I almost feel like I feel like they know that it's not your problem, right? Like, I feel like it's almost, I do feel like somebody feels like they messed up here, okay? A little bit. But I also feel like, yeah. All right, folks. Folks. I love you guys. I look like a zombie for a second. Get some rest, okay? But some of you, there's an energy that needs to be released here, for sure, okay? I'm hearing like a new attachment. There could be some sort of new attachment here that needs to be released, okay? And that doesn't mean like I don't know, that's probably not for everyone. That's just if you were like contemplating, okay? Just some sort of confirmation. I don't know who that would be for here, okay? But there could be some sort of, yeah. Huh. Interesting. Somebody's really feeling burdened, though, that they hurt you. I'm going to tell you that right now. Somebody is feeling burdened that they feel like they hurt you. I'm not sure that you gave them the power to hurt you, collective. You may have at one point, but somebody's feeling burdened by that, and I feel like you're going to get some sort of communication here, probably. Yeah, but... It's like an energy where somebody possibly, they're recognizing your maturity, your emotional maturity, your emotional stability. I also feel like they're recognizing how much you love yourself, and for some reason it just makes me feel like they either didn't see it before and they feel guilty, or they chose somebody else and they feel guilty, but regardless, you know, for all of you, that's up to you. But I do feel like there is, I don't know. We're all at different stages, but anyways, okay, I love you guys. I'm gonna go. We'll talk soon. Hey, Maui boy. What's I'm doing? What's my